What's so interesting about Noah Kahan? Well, this guy somehow pulled off what feels almost impossible. Right when it looked like he was heading straight toward burnout and losing his sense of purpose, life hit him like an earthquake, and somehow, in his own way, he managed to ride it out, taking a path where most people probably would have crashed and burned. I'm Bordarius, and this is Noah's story and how a stick season became way more than just a personal event. Have you ever felt like your life is starting to go off track? Like you are not really heading where you thought you would? Maybe you don't even know where you want to go anymore. Or maybe you did get exactly where you wanted. And once you got there, you realized, okay, now what? You can even start to feel like a stranger to yourself. Yeah, that's where Noah was at. Picture this. You are doing what you love. Your career is taking off. Everything looks great. But then something feels off. And you're like, wait, what's going on here? And the answer is simple. You are starting to lose interest in the very thing you used to love. It's like chasing a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And when you finally get there, you open it up and it's just a box of cereal. That's it. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a bit dramatic. But Noah genuinely felt like he was losing his motivation to write music. And that wasn't even the worst part. Because right then, something else showed up. Something we could easily call one of the biggest events in the century so far. Yeah, a little thing called a pandemic. Yeah, I know. Well, all that remembered that fun time? It's like yesterday, but also somehow 20 years ago. Anyway, back to the story. On one side, Noah's losing motivation, and on the other, the whole world is going through massive change and a lot of pain. And if you're an artist who makes a living performing in front of crowds, yeah, not great. So Noah, who was living in New York, had to move back to his hometown. And waiting for him, there was a bunch of things a lot of us end up facing at some point. And somehow, we're never ready for them. Doesn't matter who you are, and it hits the same way. Back in Vermont, Noah found something he wasn't expecting. Let me explain it like this. If you moved far enough away from something, you slowly stop seeing it clearly. At some point, you can't even make it out anymore. And all you are left with is the last version you remember. That's basically what happened to Noah. He hadn't spent long stretches of time in Vermont for a while, and the pandemic brought him back for longer than usual. So the place he thought he knew didn't really match the one he came back to. And of course, he came back at the absolute worst time of year. That weird in-between phase, right after fall and right before winter. It's like nature's loading screen. Everything looks kind of dull, nothing's really happening yet, just vibes and not great ones. So yeah, not exactly helping the mood. But here's where things start to shift. Remember how Noah felt like he was losing his passion for songwriting? Well, being back home helped him reconnect with his roots. He started seeing people he grew up with again. Some had moved away, others just passing through like him. A lot had changed, but some things hadn't. And somewhere in all of that, he started finding his creativity again. He kept writing songs, but here's the crazy part. He almost deleted one of the biggest songs of his career. At the end of the day, Noah's human, just like you and me, so yeah, he gets scared too. The sixth season, his biggest hit, was this close to never seeing the light of day. Fear is powerful. It keeps us alert. Your brain basically goes, hey, something's wrong, we might die, do something. And yeah, this little body shows up for everyone, even for people who look super confident on stage like Noah. Sometimes fear makes sense, other times it's just you getting in your own way. Noah wrote and recorded part of the song, and Fignon Short posted it on TikTok. But then, boom, doubt kicks in. Insecurity joins the party. Now it's a whole mess. His mind was like that Vermont stick season weather, gray, uncomfortable, kind of stuck in limbo. And he seriously thought about deleting the song. Can you believe it? I mean, sure, maybe he would have posted it later, but still, why risk it? Luckily, his senior artist stepped in like, hey, relax man, you got this. So he left her up, and yeah, you already know what happened next. So, what did you do when everything inside you starts to feel shaky? Well, Noah found a way to flip things around. He didn't delete that first version of the song, he finished it, and it became a massive hit. And even though it came out a moment that now feels kind of far away, even if on the surface it sounds like just a breakup song, there's a lot more going on emotionally. It's also a way of seeing Vermont through his eyes, through feelings a lot of us can relate to. And it reminds us that staying true to ourselves is often exactly what we need. That going back to our roots once in a while it can help us to move forward, sometimes further than we ever expected. And hey, it's okay to give yourself a little credit sometimes, like, hey, I know you are not perfect, and yeah, you've got stuff to work on, but you are trying, and that counts. Just don't turn that into constantly beating yourself up. A little self criticism is healthy. Too much? Not so much. And thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I would really appreciate a like. If you want more stories about human side of Earth, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell. God bless you all.
I was living in the East Village in New York City, kind of full-time songwriter, going into the studio every day, working with different writers and trying to kind of compete for relevancy in the songwriting world. And I'd really lost a lot of my passion for songwriting and my passion for the business. And when COVID hit New York, obviously everyone left, kind of a mass exodus from New York back to these small towns. And I went back to Stratford to my folks' house and kind of started to reconnect with where I was from and reconnect with Vermont. Started to write songs about how I grew up and where I grew up, the scenery around me, the people I knew in the area I grew up in, stories about my parents, my family, and our childhood, and using Vermont as a setting. And it became the most exciting and fulfilling musical moment of my life after having this kind of real feeling of a lack of creativity and a lack of passion. Going back to Vermont brought back those feelings of excitement and this new direction really kind of reinvigorated my career in a lot of ways.